Hi scholars, I want to show you where to access some course resources that will help you do well in this class. So if you open the online classroom and you look on the left-hand menu, you will find a tab or button called Files. If you click on that button, it's going to take you to a folder called Resources. And select Resources, and in there you're going to find some helpful information on topics and materials that you'll need to prepare your written assignments and help you be successful in the course. So the first one, if you'll see, is called ASA Style, and I think you can pretty much guess what's going to be in here is our formatting guidelines for writing your papers. We follow the American Sociological Association Writing Style Guidelines, and in here are a bunch of resources to help you do that. So if you're one of the individuals who did not buy the ASA manual, there's a guide that helps you identify how to cite your sources, how to format your papers. If you didn't buy that, and it's not required, it's supplemental, there are free handouts in here as well as web links that show you how to do that. So for example, let's say you're working on one of the discussion board assignments and I had you watch a film and you need to cite the film, and the film was on a video, online video or DVD. You could go here and click on this handout and it would show you a sample of how you would have to cite that source. Once you open it, you can decide to download it if you want to download it and save it on your computer, but it will always be here in the online classroom if you want to access it later. Okay? So there are different handouts. Here's the quick style guide that I used for the ASA video that I created. There's an instructional video that I made and I put in your modules. Here's that handout if you're looking for that. But there are other ones too that are really great. Here's citing a web video. And then there's just different agencies that created at different universities that created samples of how to cite, what an entire paper looks like, things like that. So you can look there. And I have this available again to you in Files, right? Under Resources, under the ASA Style folder. There's another folder called Grading, and in here is where you're going to find there are different rubrics that I use for my courses. And for this class, because it's an online class, all your assignments are going to be graded using the fourth one, which is the evaluation rubric for written assignments. And when you open this, it shows you the 4 categories that I grade under. And you'll see there's depth of scholarship, theories and conceptual framework, vocabulary, and then use of literature and using ASA format. And if you're not sure what all this means, they're divided into subcategories. So scholarship is going to be difficulty level, analytical depth, and reflexivity. And to find out exactly what I mean by that, you'll go to the second page. And it shows you how you earn, right, a grade based on those topics. So difficulty level, what I'm looking for in an A paper, and how you get a D. And I hope none of you are striving for D's because you need a C in this course in order to successfully complete it. It is a GE course, and make sure that you are doing well so that you don't have to repeat the course. And GE courses, if you get a D, depending on where you're transferring to or your employment goals, you may have to retake the course unless you successfully passed it. And in college, successfully passed means a C, not a D. So be aware of that. You don't need to really pay attention to the points because each assignment is based on different points. You'll see this one's a 24-point structure, but if you think about it, you might have an assignment that's 8 points, so that means each of these categories will be worth 2. I divide them equally, so instead of out of 24 points, it'll be out of 8, but you can see what you would need to do to earn an A, B, C, or D grade. Okay? So that is there for you to help you identify the grade you want to earn on your different assignments. I also have a folder here called Library, and this has information so it can help you do research that you might have to do for an assignment. So the Boolean Basics, this tells you how you take different words and you combine them to have a precise search and get the materials that you want. These next two show you how to use the EBSCOhost database, which is one of the largest premier databases that we subscribe to. It's free to you and using our campus library. And this tells you the instructions on how to use this and how to look up peer-reviewed sources, because those are the ones that you'll be primarily using. And then here's some passwords for all our databases. If you're off campus, you have to enter the username and password, and they're the same for all of us. So I put the handout here just in case you have to enter those. You'll know where they're located. The next folder is called Plagiarism, and in here has all information about what plagiarism is, how to avoid it. Remember, if you got caught plagiarizing, I will give you an F grade. If I find it a pattern, I will report you to the Dean of Educational Services and recommend you be expelled. So you want to avoid plagiarism. You cannot steal someone else's work, including an email, a video. You always have to cite the source, and you have to cite it correctly. So make sure that you review these materials. If you're not sure about what plagiarism is and how your writing compares to the plagiarism rules, I would recommend you review all of these. Here's the district policies. These are the two that you had to review for your check-in assignment. And then the last folder has some writing resources. For some of you, it may have been a while since you've actually had to write a paper, or you're not very good at writing, and so you need some refreshers. The first one shows you how to outline a chapter. So if you need to outline it to help you study and take notes, this kind of gives you a guide for how you could set that up. It's real short. It's not very lengthy. And then the next one is a description of what peer review sources are, so that you understand the difference between those and other works. And then if you need a refresher on how to write a thesis statement, that's your opening paragraph and or conclusion. This gives you some guidelines on that. And then if you're not sure about the different writing points of view, what's the difference between first person and third person, this handout shows you those differences. So I hope these materials and resources are helpful for you. If you have any questions about these resources or anything else in the course, please feel free to contact me and I'll be happy to help.